Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. We had some showers and storms move through this morning, and as we speak about 11:35, we're still seeing some activity out there. We did see some pea-sized hail earlier, but again, that's not the severe weather we're expecting. That chance could possibly be later tonight. But in the meantime, after those showers clear out, we'll continue to see the strong wind out of the south at 15 to 25, gusts up to 35. It will die down a little bit tonight, maybe about 5 to 15. Then pump back up tomorrow as it shifts from the south to the northwest as cooler air will start to rush in. So we do have a Storm Track 7 yellow alert. And I'd say more of a yellow alert night than day because this primary threat will be after 9 o'clock tonight for the chance of strong severe storms, with hail being the primary concern. So the Storm Prediction Center updated this at 11:30, so right before we went on, and nothing has changed since this morning. So if you saw Brandon Libby in the morning, the threat remains the same. Level 3 risk here out in western Iowa and central Iowa as well as eastern Nebraska, and that is just off to our west. This level 3 is primarily for the chance of hail. We'll show you the breakdown a little bit here. Otherwise, the level 2 risk for majority of the area along the Mississippi, a level 1 risk just because as it moves east through the nighttime, it's going to lose steam as it moves from west to east. So large hail being the primary threat here. Could see some gusty winds as well. Tornado chance I do think is rather low, especially because a lot of these storms are going to be elevated, meaning not surface based above the surface. When you have that, usually large hail is the primary concern. So with that, let's break it down a little bit further here. I keep saying break it down further. I need a new phrase. Mark Schnackenberg would kill me for having the same phrase over and over again. So you see the low, 1 out of 4. Much of the area isn't even in the low. It's just out of it. It does cover our far western areas, including Grundy County, but again, I think the tornado chance is rather low. That'll be more towards kind of the Omaha area and western Iowa. Hail is going to be the primary concern. You can see these little black hash marks, and we're right on the edge of that as well. That means significant hail, and that would be anywhere 2 inches or greater. But since we're right on the edge, I think it'll be up to 1.5 inches, which would be roughly ping pong ball size. But generally speaking, I think many areas could see about a quarter-size hail if we do see any severe weather. And then gusty winds, always a possibility with storms, maybe 40 to 60 miles per hour at best. Again, much of the area is under the lower chance. Much of western Iowa and eastern Nebraska is under that or medium chance, we'll call it. So again, hail's the primary concern, but also could see some gusty winds, and then of course heavy rain. Then for Friday, the cold front moves through, and that level 2 risk is for much of the area south and east. The level 1 risk technically is in our far southeastern areas, but really I'm expecting just a few isolated showers tomorrow. That cold front will bring all those storms off to the south and to the east. So let's map this out for you. As I mentioned, as I'm recording this, there are a few showers and rumbles of thunder out there, not expected to be severe. That'll lift to the northeast. Now we'll see if we have some clearing this afternoon, and if we do, we could see temperatures jump into the 70s. If it stays cloudy, we'll probably stay in the 60s, maybe low 70s. A few isolated storms may be possible this afternoon and early evening. That's not expected to be severe either, but maybe could see some stronger cells with that, so keep that in mind. That main activity, you see, this is 9 o'clock, west to I-35. That is staying again well up to the west. So we're already about an hour and a half after sunset. So by the time it gets here about 11 o'clock, again, it's losing a lot of its steam. There will still be some energy left over. It is pretty warm right now, and moisture is okay for this time of year, and especially with the strong cold front, that'll generate enough lift to keep these storms going. But again, we're just not going to have as much as western Iowa when the storms are first developing. So here's 11 o'clock. You can see much on our western edge, and again, you're seeing these little pockets there that could indicate some large hail. Now here's midnight, again, continuing to move through the area, through much of our central areas, and we'll see again which area is kind of favorable for severe weather. I think the chance is really great north or south. It's just where it's going to line up. Not everyone is going to be severe weather, but a good chance that most people see at least some rainfall. Now 1 a.m. now on our eastern edge here, and then by 2 a.m. it's out of here, maybe a few isolated showers behind that. But besides that, that's it. You can see these isolated shower chances during the day on Friday. It'll be mostly cloudy. The cloudy will be very windy as well. And then you see that severe weather chance that is now off to our southeast near the Quad Cities area and onward. So as I mentioned, again, that level 2 risk will stay off to our southeast for Friday. And then during the day Saturday, eventually we will see some sunshine. I expect this cloud cover to be more on the high and thin side. So let's recap everything. So for tonight, low temperatures going to be in the mid to upper 50s north and west, upper 50s and low 60s south and east. Showers and storms, some could be strong to severe. Winds out of the south at 5 to 15 with any non-thunderstorm winds. Then for tomorrow, with the cold front moving through during the day, for areas north and west, those high temperatures will be anywhere from the mid to upper 60s. South and east will be in the upper 60s, low 70s, possibly upper 70s. Far south and east, we'll have that isolated shower chance. Then again, that wind will be strong out of the northwest. So Easter weekend, obviously big weekend. Are we going to see rain? Sunday does look like it's going to be on the wetter side, but it does look like it'll come later. Let's show you that here in Future Track. We'll pick things back up Saturday, 7 a.m. That rain stays off to the south, at least during the day on Saturday. Saturday is quiet. It's pleasant. Winds aren't really too bad, 5 to 15. For this time of year, that's pretty darn good. So I'm not saying to shift plans from Sunday to Saturday, but Saturday there is going to be no issues, and we can confirm that for a fact. Now here's Saturday night into early Sunday. That moves off to the north. Sunday morning, it doesn't look like it's going to be too wet. Most of it stays off to our south. Let's bring it a little bit further. Here's 10 a.m. Notice, not too bad. So if you have to do anything on Easter Sunday that's outside, the earlier, the better. Now continue to watch this. Here's noon. Now it really starts to move in, especially from south to north. The farther north you are, you can maybe push it a little bit later into the day. Farther south, again, early as possible. Then I think by the mid to late afternoon hours, much of the area is seeing that light to moderate rainfall. And then after that, I think it could be a pretty wet of a day. It's going to be dreary, cloudy, temperatures in the 50s, strong easterly winds. We'll continue to see that Sunday evening into the night hours. And then by Monday morning, could see a few isolated showers. But I think most of that will be out of there by then. And then on Monday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies and then strong winds. So you put all that rain together, and we could see anywhere from an inch, probably maybe close to 2 inches. I think the 2 inches is a little bit high for some spots. Just some isolated storms. If it kind of sits over an area, you could see 2 inches. But generally speaking, I think an inch is definitely possible for many areas. See off to the south there in Missouri where that front's going to kind of stall, they could see anywhere from 3+. So we're going to avoid the worst of it while getting some beneficial rainfall. So definitely a win-win situation, especially if we don't see any severe weather. So your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. And that light rain chance on Friday. These 20% for Thursday for today. That's during the day. It's more of a 60, close to 70% chance at night. So I just want to reiterate that. Again, alert day is more of an alert night, so to speak. Friday, we'll see those temperatures falling. And then as you can see through kind of the day there, Sunday, again, later in the day is the better chance of rain. Monday, we'll see that maybe mostly cloudy, that 20%. That's more for the early morning hours, generally mostly cloudy. Then for the rest of next week, it's looking a couple of storm chances, but pretty seasonal. High temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s.